Hey guys. Sorry. I had to clean up after Oreo right when I was about to start the stream. He had a issue. So I know, Clinton, you're hijacking my stream now. Jeez. So I wanted to make a short video, Clinton. Clinton. He's trying to knock over my tripod. Look at this cat. Okay, I guess you get Clinton and my little Rila Kuma thing. Okay, maybe you'll see him. Okay, so what? You have food over there. I just gave you food not too long ago. Go check the food. What are you doing over here? Go that way. Okay, I'm getting distracted by a cat, you guys. So, what? What? Clinton. Okay, now you want nuzzles. Clinton, you know this was supposed to be a very short and direct video, but now I got your head all over the place. I know. Hey, Clinton's bothering my stream right when I turned on the camera. He's hijacking my stream and knocking over my tripod.
That's what you get for not paying attention to the Clinton.
Okay. Clinton. Go that way. Go that way. This way. Go the other way. Move. That way. Okay. Okay. I can't form coherent sentences when he's around. Okay. So you see Clinton in my corner of my eye. Okay. So the point of this video that I wanted to make today is it's come to my attention that because people are passing away, there is some unsavory things going on. And what I mean by that is, if you're familiar with how things typically happen when a person passes away, the person who passes, there's a good chance they have a life insurance policy. And as a result of that, it can be a period of time where certain people come out of the woodwork and approach the surviving family members, the direct surviving family members, and say, hey, I know you haven't heard from me in a while, or I haven't told you about this in the past, but I need financial help. And it reminds me about, situations that I've heard about in my life. Clinton, move. It reminds me of certain situations that I've, heard about in my life where you have a grieving family and people have no hesitation. I don't know if it's because they think there's a huge windfall, and I don't know if it's because they feel comfortable asking all of a sudden, but they approach, people who are in obvious state of grief and say, I just want to let you know that I'm having some financial hardship and I'm sorry that so and so passed away, but I need money. My experience, or from what I've noticed, is people are more likely to give money to these people who come out of the woodworks simply because it could be if it's like a very close family member, especially if it might be on, the victim side, right? So kind of like on the victim side, it might cause people to be more generous than they would normally do. And I think it's also a blind side as well. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is, if you have a death in your family and there is assets involved or life insurance, and people come out of the woodwork to approach you and say, they need money, hold off on it or really think about it, because I have a good feeling some of you might have, big hearts and say, okay, I'm going to give them the money. But keep in mind, if someone is coming out of the woodwork and you haven't heard from them for like a year, couple years, maybe a decade, then is that really someone you should be giving, money to? I know it's a pretty heavy thing for me to say, but I think about where the intention is. And I can't help but think sometimes that it's almost predatory, because this person's obviously coming out of the woodwork, in my opinion, because they see a cash windfall coming in, a cash flow coming in, and they're like, okay, I want my piece. And you hear the same thing happen with people who are lottery winners as well. People who win the lottery and they win like $1 million or more, you hear that they have really terrible chances of life. They have people hounding them for money. They have some people that I've heard about who are lottery winners. There's people who wait for them outside of their house, and they send all these stories like, oh, I need money for this, or I know you had this amount of money because it came out publicly that you won, let's say, $3 million. I want money, and I need the money because I'm blah 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 blah, and it can get overwhelming. And that's I think they call that like the lottery winner's curse or so. But just wanted to share that with you guys. It was on my mind today, so I wanted to let you guys know this. It's just be wary. Like I said, just be wary. I know that in times of mourning and grief, and especially when we lose someone that we love and we care about, you don't really think too much logically about financial situations or people coming out of the woodwork in regards to money. So yeah, just keep your guard up. Don't just easily say yes. Don't let your heartstrings be pulled immediately. Like I said, think logically here. Run past a few people. And just know that most likely, as I've always said, you will not see that money back. And they might offer to pay you back in the future, but hello there, Ori. They might offer to pay you back in the future, but my experience has always told me that people do not pay back. And if you do ask for the money, then you're a jerk. Yeah. Okay, let me read the chat. No, nobody won the lottery. I was just something came up where I thought about how people come out of the woodwork when a person passes away, and they approach the surviving family member. So for instance, right, let's say there is a parent passes away, and the only surviving family member is the child, right? Let's say the child is, I don't know, 40 years old, 40, 50 years old. People might approach the child and say, hey, I'm so sorry that your parent passed away. They were a good person, but I just want to let you know that I need money, and, is there any way that I can borrow $15,000 from you? And because of the sensitive nature of it, right, that child might be more inclined to lend the money out and say, oh, this person thought well of my parent, so I should lend money out, and maybe my parent would want that. And yeah. I'm not just talking about friends coming out of the woodwork. I'm also talking about family members as well. I know some people have estranged family members where you don't talk to them for whatever reason, or maybe there's a distance issue. And when someone passes away, it's like, hey, buddy, we haven't spoken in a while. And yeah, you're really, I really respect your parent, but I just want to let you know that, I would really appreciate it if you could help me out, because I'm having some financial difficulties, and so sorry about your parent who passed away. But yeah, let me know if you can help me out. Of course, they would say it a lot smoother than I would in that example. But you can imagine be like tons of tugging at the heartstrings. Like I've heard situations where someone racks up like $20,000 in credit card debt, and they feel comfortable approaching others and saying, yeah, I would like, I'm struggling right now because of my credit card debt. Can you pay it off for me? Yeah, I've given my friends money before. I had a friend who was in dire circumstances, and they said, "Hey, Erica, I don't want to ask you this, but I need money, and is there any way you can help me out?" Now, this person, I had spoken to them almost every single day, and then they tell me about the situation. They helped me a lot in my life, as being a friend. So I did give them money, and I told them, you don't have to pay me back. So it's not like I'm saying don't give money to people at all, but I'm saying be very wary, especially when a tough circumstance happens in your life and people are coming out of the woodwork to ask you for money. Like, be very wary. And also, I think another thing, a true friend, if you cannot give them money, they have no right to be mad at you. And I've seen this happen in my own life. I don't talk to these people anymore. It's like when they have money issues, and if you don't want to give them X amount of money, they get mad at you. I remember I had this one person in my life. Okay, listen to this. She had saved up money for college, right? And it was something like, I think it was like $800 or $1,000 per semester. Instead of spending that money on college, she decided to buy a luxury purchase. Yeah, she decided to buy, a luxury item instead. Surprise, surprise, she doesn't have money for college anymore. So she asks her boyfriend for money. He refuses. She asks me for money. And I refuse. And I actually lecture her. I shouldn't have done that. But keep in mind, I was about, I think, 19 years old or so. And I thought to myself, how moronic can you be? You go ahead and you buy this luxury item instead of investing in your future. And she basically lashed out at me and said, Erica, don't tell me what to do with my money. And we never spoke again. So yeah, I lost people in my life, and I don't regret having that conversation with her. I hope that she made better financial decisions, but you think about the pros and cons, right? Having a luxury item. And by the way, this was a handbag, okay? This was not this was not like a computer or anything. This was a handbag. Buy a handbag or invest in your semester in college. Which one is more worthwhile?
What's in the bag?
Huh?
Depends on what's in the bag.
Nothing.
Oh.
It was empty. And that's the other thing that irks me, okay? I've heard about women where they buy these luxury bags, but you know what? They run out of money, so they don't have like much cash that would go inside of it because they spent all their money on the bag. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. A bag is a bag. A bag just holds items. A bag holds the same thing like a plastic or
A bag is not a thing. You can't go vroom with it.
Yeah, I mean, like a plastic bag serves the same purchase. A produce bag serves the same purpose. It just holds stuff. That's it.
I spent $50 on a backpack once, and I felt guilty.
Really?
An Under Armour backpack that was waterproof a long time ago.
Oh, I think I just bought you an Under Armour backpack. That's the one you're using right now. I think it was 30. But yeah. So let me read chat. Never gamble anything you're not afraid to lose. Yes, same thing with the stock market.
Puts.
Yeah, so many people got screwed over by the SPY puts, including me. I got screwed over. My 417 SPY puts. Oh. But you know what? I know this sounds terrible, but when I see other people and how much they lost, it makes me feel not too bad. I actually, all the money that I put into the stock market, I try to be very, I try not to take too much risk. But it sucks though. It sucks. Yeah, I learned from it though, so I'm moving on from those puts. It stung, but it wasn't like $250,000 stung as some people. Some people lost 95% of their portfolio because of puts, Really, I really feel for them. They just put all or nothing. That's true gambling. Let's see. From what I've heard, that person did make it. Mm. Oh, what's with the teddy bear on the floor? This? I have it on the floor because I don't want to show the camera on myself. I just woke up. I look kind of. I look like I just woke up. I was actually about to eat breakfast, but I decided to do the stream instead.
Erica looks like the man I thought she was when she first emailed me.
What? Let's see. Oh, JP said that he had friends, so-called friends, saying that they needed help paying their electric or rent bill, and then 2 days later they find out they went on mini vacation. Yeah. Did they ever pay you back, JP? I'm just curious. Oh, jeez. Hold up. What do you mean? I look fine. I look fine. I just don't like talking in front of a camera because it's kind of strange me behind a camera. Oh my goodness, my foot is cracking. Yeah, most people will not. If you lend them money, they won't pay you back. That's it. And if people do pay back, then that's a plus, right? But I always think, just give them money. If you want to help them out, just give them the money. Don't expect it to come back, and don't push it. I've had situations in my life where if you push people back for the money, they get mad. Thankfully, that hasn't happened directly to me because I have that policy where if I give someone money, then I'll say, yeah, pay me back when you can. I won't remind them because sometimes if you remind them, I find out that it can cause feelings of hostility. Like what? Oh, you need the money back now? I've heard people say things like, I need the money more than you need the money. It's like you give the money, right? And you ask for the money back, and they're like, I need the money more than you need the money. Yeah, yeah. So that's what my recommendation would be, and that's just from personal experience. It also is very very telling when you have people who take the money and they just seem like they're not bothered by taking the money at all, or time passes by and they're like, oh yeah, you lent me money, oh yeah, I forgot about that. If someone lent me money, I would definitely remember about it. If I said, I need money and I will offer to pay you back, let's say X amount of money, yeah, I would remember, especially that kind of stuff. And I shouldn't say this, but there's been like times, for instance, where I gave people money for small investments and then we parted ways and they just never gave me my investment back. Yeah, they kept it. And then they had the balls to tell me that they felt like they lost more money than I did on certain things. I'm like, what? No, look at the cash flow, look at the checks. Like, yeah. Yeah, and that's all I'm gonna say about that certain situation. But if you want to have a good relationship with people, do not have it. Try not to have this whole lend money sort of imbalance in there because it can cause feelings of, like I said, hostility and agitation. Give money and just say, okay, I let the money go. If it comes back, it's great. If it doesn't come back, then oh well. I had a situation actually. recently, you might have seen my pizza rat video. I said something along the lines of whenever I go to Two Bros Pizza, I always get asked for pizza or money. So
Never a
last,
date?
huh?
Never a date?
What do you mean never a date?
They never ask you for a date?
No, why would they ask me for a date?
You're pretty.
Aww. They would say, "Hey girl, I want to date you. Can I have your credit card from that influencer?" Huh? 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 Can you give me his credit card? Nah. So so I went to Two Bros recently, and there was this homeless guy who said he wanted a slice of pizza. And I thought, okay, you want a slice of pizza? I'm feeling like a pretty giving mood. I gave him my slice of pizza. Less than 10 seconds after I had done that, another homeless guy goes up to me and says he wants $1 for coffee. And there was a individual who was in line with me, and he said, "I will buy you a pizza if you want it, but I'm not going to give you any cash." And he said, "I don't want a pizza. I want $1 for coffee. That's it." And it was strange because it was kind of late in the night. In my opinion, you wouldn't really be buying coffee, but he was maintaining that he was allergic to pizza. And it's just one of those things where you try to help a person, and you can have another person who tries like to piggyback off that, right? Like, can you at least give me like more than 10 seconds before you ask me for money after I give some guy a slice of pizza? I would recommend never even just pay the bill directly. Oh, here's a slippery slope thing. Okay, JP. You say don't give people cash, but if you need help paying a bill, pay the bill directly, right? What if they have another financial situation? They're gonna say, "Hey, I'm gonna have JP help me out. You know, JP will pay my bill." You might be enabling people, right? I don't know how you phrase it so it doesn't happen a second time, but yeah. Nobody actually recognizes me, really. I've actually seen people though hanging in front of the store, and then I walk out, the new store that is, and I walk out, and I remember this one guy. He was like, "Oh my gosh, I've seen you on YouTube," and I'm like, "Yeah, yeah. Oh, hi."
When did that happen?
Huh?
When did that happen?
It's that one time that guy said, "Oh, can I speak to Lewis?" And I said, "Go right on in, Lewis. There's someone who wants to talk to you."
Oh, you asshole.
You remember that? You vaguely remember that? Yeah,
You threw me under the bus.
I didn't throw you under the bus. I was walking out the door to get food, and someone wanted to talk to you, and I said, "Don't let you." Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? I did not want their apprehension of approaching you to freeze them in their tracks. They don't need to ask me for, huh?
I don't exist. I'm a hologram.
They don't need to ask for permission to talk to you. They can talk to you directly. I was leaving the store to grab food. They didn't have to, ooh and ah over you.
You're supposed to cover for me.
How am I gonna cover you for you?
I don't exist. I'm a hologram.
No, you are clearly in the front. Okay, clearly in the front of the store.
Me. That's a now wearing a mask.
No, the dark circles say otherwise.
Low blow.
It's true though.
Low blow.
It's not a low blow.
Low blow.
How's that a low blow? It's a part of you, just like my frizzy hair is a part of me. No, this happened months ago. This happened, I think. When was this? February, yeah? Yeah, I think it was February. Because the store opened in February, the new store. I think it was February or March, I can't remember. But it was definitely before the whole situation in New York. No, I mean, the way I see it is everybody has their own, physical characteristics. Like, I have frizzy hair. I used to be really insecure about my hair because all my family members all have straight hair, and a lot of my friends had perfectly straight, shiny, glossy hair. And here I look like, like the little troll doll, all frizzy and puffy and blah, blah, blah. And you know what? I'm like, you know what? This is a part of me. This is who I am. I can straighten it if I want, but I don't feel insecure about what I was born with. You just own it. It's like, yep, I have the most if you see me on the street, you'll probably be able to definitely recognize me in a sea of people just based on my hair. So yeah, I don't think it's a low blow at all. If someone calls me frizzy, I'd be like, yep, I'm frizzy and I'm puffy, and that's okay with me. Because you can do things about it, or you can try to do things about it, like straighten your hair, or style your hair. But yeah, it's just authentically me. Where did I land? Good day, everyone. You landed on the floor, I think. Landed on the floor. So I was just making this video about just being mindful and being aware of making financial decisions when certain emotional things happen, like someone passes away. Try to think logically, or take a step back and pass it through a few people. I think it's very important to have a good support system, or people that you feel you can trust. There are times, like, I know, if you're going through a tough situation and you have to make a important decision, it's very helpful to pass it through people so you can get different opinions and different outlooks, and it's not so clouded by emotions. It's also helpful because you might be blindsided about certain things, and if people bring up, hey, did you ever think about this, or just another opinion, it might save your butt. Important. Yeah, I notice sometimes when I do these streams, I think back on my English and my grammar, and it's the terrible thing is, or the kind of weird thing is that I'm actually an English major. Yes, I actually graduated from college with an English degree, yet I can't seem to form very good sentences at time. Like, I stumble over my words. I'm blah, 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 blah. Hey, Lewis, do you think I pronounce some words very strange? Because Bernsey said that. What words do I pronounce strangely? Aw. Huh? You're playing a game? No, I don't. I'm not one of those grammar hounds. Um I don't criticize people on their grammar, because I make a bunch of errors anyway. Bunch of errors, and that's okay, because I think the message at least is understandable. Understandable. That's most important. I just wish I could be one of those people who do the ASMR. And they have those like nice flowy words, and it's so calming and smooth, and their intonation is very level. Yeah, I'm not like that. I feel like I'm like a choppy river. Like like that. Wow. RigTech is English is their fourth language. What languages do you speak? I'm still working on my first one. Linguistics and languages is not my strong suit. Wow. That's really impressive. Okay, Bernsey, what three languages do you speak in total? No, I'm still working on English. I tried actually. I remember I took Japanese classes in college. My Japanese blows. It's terrible. It's terrible. Wow, English, Japanese, Mandarin. Jeez. Yeah, I kind of wonder how languages are, if there's going to be a push for people to become more bilingual or trilingual. I've heard a number of people are learning Mandarin now, or they're encouraging their kids to learn Mandarin. No, I don't speak programming language. Louis, do you speak any programming languages?
No.
No, he doesn't speak any programming languages either. Hmm. Well, anyway, I'm going to go and eat my breakfast. I haven't eaten yet. I wanted to get this live stream out before I lost my train of thought, and I think I'm losing it right now. I have to drink some coffee and eat some nice yummy sesame seed oil plus soy sauce plus salt scrambled eggs. Oh, I love them so much. I'll talk to you later. See ya.